right, howdy folks. We need to talk about a pretty serious issue. A lot of politicians have been talking about, God, I can't believe this, bombing targets in Mexico, as in like clandestine labs, such forth, sending troops into Mexico. It's just, in my opinion, it's just a horrible, horrible idea. Mexico is our friend, Buenos Amigos, our familia, they're family, they're our neighbors. You don't fight your neighbor. It's like the golden rule: don't fight your neighbor. It's not going to go well for anybody if this happens. Hopefully, it's just talk, and nothing's going to happen. But it's something we seriously need to address. We need to talk about it. Like I said, it's not a good idea for either side to do this. All it's going to take, every conflict we're in, a war, there's collateral damage. There's going to be a stray missile, and there's going to be a little dead Mexican baby child, and it's going to be bad. Are we prepared to see American soldiers hanging from a bridge? Do we really want this? Okay, all right. Now, you think Afghanistan and Iraq, and they gave us problems? This would not be well for us at all. I reinforce it. There are our neighbors, there are our family, the intertwined economies, they're our biggest trading partner. It just goes on and on. The cons to this happening. Okay. All the conflicts we've been in, battles and wars. We've had strategic point here where we got two bodies of water. We got a friendly neighbor to the north, Canada, a friendly neighbor to south, Mexico, and we're protected. You know, we have these wars and we come back home, and theoretically we've got these buffer zones. Now, if you fight our neighbor in Mexico, there's not that buffer zone either. But so let's just all take a deep breath. Let's get this out of our rhetoric here. Really, these politicians, we can't go to war with we cannot go to war. We cannot bomb targets. We can't send troops into Mexico unless it's like a training exercise like they did in El Paso or something like that. That's not bad. It's like things like if there's a medical type of emergency or something like that. But we cannot. We need to not bomb anything in Mexico. Not send troops. Not send our boys and our men and women over there. Okay. I came up with this idea. Maybe we need to go back to it. Trump and AMLO sit down and talk, and then eventually Sean bomb. But take a look at this video here.
I would say one thing to you, Judge, and that's you're never going to solve this problem on the supply side. As long as that demand is out there in our cities, Mexico bashing is not going to do a damn thing for you.
A number of GOP candidates and Republican members of Congress want to fight the war on drugs by declaring war on the cartels and sending the U.S. military into Mexico. The flow of illegal drugs over the southern border is fueling the fentanyl crisis across the United States. Stephanie Haynes is live with the proposals. And Stephanie, would this be considered an act of war?
Hey, Marky, good morning. That's what some of the critics are saying. And this idea of sending military or taking military action against parts of Mexico, they chalk that up to some big talk, especially since Mexico is one of the United States' largest trading partners. And last we heard from Mexico's president, he says absolutely no way. But supporters clarify that this would not be an attack on Mexico. This would be targeted actions against the cartels. And bottom line, our leaders are willing to try anything to try to stop this fentanyl crisis.
Some Republicans want to take the war on drugs to the next level by sending the United States military over the border and into Mexico to take action against the cartels and ultimately try to stop the flow of fentanyl. Federal data shows more than 100,000 Americans died of overdoses in 2021, and 67% of those involved a synthetic opioid like fentanyl. Republican presidential candidates are laying out their plans.
We're going to use whatever leverage we have to ensure that this issue is brought to a conclusion.
Former President Donald Trump is proposing a naval blockade. Senator Lindsey Graham wants to designate cartels as terrorist organizations and has said he's on board with cyber and drone attacks on drug labs and leadership. Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw has spearheaded federal legislation that would officially declare war on the cartels, which would authorize bombing certain targets. Some say they support this idea.
From our side of the border, we would strategically target and attack the Mexican cartel in the same manner, similar manner that we go after the terrorists around the world, and that by using drones and sending missiles and blowing them up and killing them.
America's war on drugs has been going on since the 1970s, and it has historically involved
Does everybody remember what happened last time when we sent the National Guard in to Mexico to fight the Carlos Santana cartel? Wasn't good. I mean, we got lucky nobody got killed, okay?
What we need is some fighting music. What the hell's that? Hold on. Here we go.
Are we gonna do what they
God
say
bless America.
We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch no bandit run. Keep your football on the pedal. Son, never mind him.
Should I shoot? Hold your fire. You say fire, then hold your fire. All right, I'm gonna fire. It's Rambo. Let's get out of here.
We'll bring it back no matter what it takes. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch the bandit run.
On the ground now. I'm a trained killing machine. Everett. I think you got her, Everett! Oh.
Not so good.
That was the problem. We could not get your tribute.
What?
Jefe, you don't understand. There's nothing we could do. The American army show up. See? There were hundreds of them. They captured Ricardo, Jefe. We barely escaped with our lives.
Gringo soldiers in La Miranda. It was good you brought me this news. Since they shut off the cable, I can't get CNN. It's hard to stay current.
I thought...